Hello, 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 and welcome to the Rag Company Podcast. I'm Dane Hennen. To my left, Anthony Fisher.
Hello.
To my right, Levi Gates.
Trying to fix my hat.
Oh, man. Got the brim going.
I don't know if it's working the right way. It's kind of
It's just swooping up a little bit. So,
my brim's always swooping up. That's how the cool kids wear them, Dane.
What does that even mean?
I mean,
Dane,
it's
we
the
were just in
duckbill
a heated discussion. We were talking about if you were to go to a pancake feed,
Well,
right?
to give context, we had about 5 seconds left, but we had just started this discussion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this heated discussion
heated.
didn't
No, it
even
was
have a
heated.
chance
It
to
was heated.
simmer yet.
Pancake
So-
feed.
If you were to go to a pancake feed,
All you could eat pancakes.
all you can eat pancakes, right? And we're talking 6-inch pancakes,
'Kay.
right? So standard size
Yeah,
pancake.
standard pancake. All right.
Standard pancake with a traditional buttermilk blend, right? So we're going
Nothing
for
fancy,
just
just-
white fluffy, just
are we running,
a good
are we
solid
running
blend.
toppings or are we running just straight maple
So we're
syrup?
going straight pancakes, right? And
Okay.
you do have the option for butter. You also
Okay.
have the option for sugared syrup, non-sugared syrup. You don't have to use syrup if you don't want to.
But not like flavored
But you can
syrups
also,
beyond
and if
just
you want to do
normal
margarine
syrup
over butter, you
maple.
can do that as well. But I'm just saying,
So we're just
you're
leaving
going to a
that.
pancake
No
feed.
fruit, no.
Nothing like that.
No
Right,
whipped
no
cream.
compote,
Nope.
nothing.
Okay.
You're going to a pancake
All right.
feed. How many pancakes can you put away?
6-inch.
6-inch buttermilk pancakes. How many do you
Okay.
think you put away?
I could probably do 8 to 10 6-inch pancakes.
8 to 10 6-inch.
I could probably knock down a dozen.
Okay, and is this under a time restraint, or is this just you eating just
In
to eat?
20 minutes, I could do a dozen.
In 20 minutes, you could do a
If
dozen?
forced. Gun to
Yeah.
my
Forced.
head.
Okay, now what are you drinking? What are you pairing this with?
Well, of course, only the finest Diet Pepsi.
You're going Diet Pepsi with pancakes?
Yeah, I always do.
Levi, that's
See,
horrible. That's the
I don't.
weirdest.
I don't know
never
about you guys,
been-
but the moment I wake up till the moment I go to bed.
I've never been in an eating contest, but my suspicions are anything carbonated mixed with bread type product
No, Dane,
in
that's-
your stomach. Things
Well, maybe
aren't
if
going to
you're-
go well for you if you're
if
trying
you're
to
a
pack down
ch-
as many as possible.
No,
Okay.
see, that's the thing. The bubbles make it shift so that allows it to settle better.
This just sounds
That
like a
does
bunch of
not.
bull right now.
Dane, how many are you putting away?
I was realistically, I mean, I'm a big boy, but I think realistically, if it was my sole goal, I would not drink anything until afterwards. I would just go straight in. I could probably knock out 15. I think.
15?
Should we
That's
try
good.
this?
That's-
Should we
no.
actually try this?
So,
I don't
and-
want to
feel
do it. I'm
like
trying to
this could
lose
be a
weight,
fun
dude.
event.
what are you doing for liquids?
He said no liquids till the end.
Not
Literally
until
no
afterwards.
liquids.
Wow.
No liquids.
See,
would
Dane,
just
I got to
eat,
have something to clear out the
and that's the
syrup.
only way I could assure myself that I could
Dean,
actually manage it.
So you're going to go...
Anything else is just going to cause
Are you
gaps.
overly saturating the pancakes with syrup? Like, how are you getting it down? Because I'm
Yeah,
thinking of your
'cause
throat. Your,
You gotta,
Yeah.
Well, remember, he's the throat goat.
Yeah, well,
Whatever that means.
so what are you doing about the lodging?
Goes
Oh
over
no,
all
I'm
things,
going
right?
going full butter.
Isn't that what
I'm
goat?
going
Greatest of all
full
time.
Canadian
Throat
maple
goat.
syrup. I'm
Yeah,
going
greatest
You're
of
going
all
full
time.
sugared?
Yeah,
Thick?
yeah, I'll just make that thing happen. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, okay. So here's my...
But I
about
let
you?
it soak into the cakes. That's
Here's
the
my
deal.
here's my thing, right? I went to a pancake feed, a fireman's pancake feed, right? When I was a teenager, I think it was,
Right.
I was 15 or 16. I was helping a friend do it, right? And it was a fireman's feed.
They only give you like
and-
3 pancakes to start.
Yeah, they only give
do
you 3
this.
pancakes to start, right? However, right? Since I was helping volunteer at this,
Oh, yeah.
they said,
Free
"Hey,
access.
the pancakes are done, right? Just eat first before you start serving, right?" Me and my friend were sitting there, and he's like, "Well, I'm like, how many can I have?" And he's like, "I don't as many as you want, right?"
Yeah, as long as
so
they keep making them.
I took my first stack of 5, threw it on
Yeah.
a plate, right? Gone, right? Second stack of 5, threw it on a plate, gone. Third stack, right? 15 pancakes in,
Mm-hmm.
right? Knocked them all out. I got so sick and so full that I had to actually sleep in the car, and I could not help
Really?
with the pancake feed.
Wow.
Oh yeah, no, there's nothing saying I
so-
wouldn't be completely miserable.
So
after
I
having
did 15 when
think
I was
most of us
young.
would be, but
I think nowadays with a little bit more, like a better head on my shoulders, I think I could honestly probably
you
not.
would just not do it in the first
No,
place. That's
no.
what the better head on your shoulders
no,
would dictate.
Hey, no, I'm going for 20 on
Okay.
this one. And what I'm
So
doing
you just got a
for
different head on his shoulders, not a better one.
my liquid of choice, right? I'm doing something very easy, very calming. I'm doing just a little bit of almond milk, an ice chilled glass of almond milk, right? Because I think it's going to help with the chewing. Water's going to gross me out chewing with everything. I don't want anything carbonated, and I don't want coffee because the coffee and the caffeine in the coffee would actually cause you to get fuller faster because basically the caffeine stunting your hunger, right? I don't want that. And I'm eating these things as fast as freaking possible. Lots of butter, anything to break it down. I'm going for 20
I
pancakes.
feel like this is a challenge that we
Damn.
actively need to do because of the fact that, I think, one, I can do it.
Yeah.
Two, I
But
miss,
you're going for 12. That's not that.
I miss
that's not-
competition
That's not,
either.
Difference with
not
Levi
I think I
unrealistic.
could beat both
Levi's
of you.
incredibly competitive, and he's fast.
He is
at
fast. He's
eating.
the fastest.
I
that's
think I
his-
could beat
That's
both
his
of you.
big thing.
I think not only could I
Dane-
beat your bests,
He's
I could
the
beat your
hare.
numbers.
I'm the
Well,
tortoise.
Dane's gonna enjoy it too much.
Dane's
towards
gonna-
he's
I got
not-
room-
he's-
I got
he's
room
not
in my
gonna
shell.
understand.
He's not going to understand
Slow
the point
and
of it.
steady is going to win this race.
It's a true competition of how much we could eat.
Now, another way to do this, if I was taking like the Matt Stoney approach, or what's the other competition eater? What's his name? The other guy.
There he
Chestnut,
is.
Joey
Joey's
Chestnut.
a Jaws Chestnut.
If I'm doing Joey Chestnut, I'm grabbing the stack, folding it.
Oh, no.
Listen. I'm grabbing the stack and I'm folding it. I am creating what could essentially be a pancake taco.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
And then I am hitting that with syrup, right? I'm dunking it into the almond milk.
See,
right?
this is the
And I'm
problem, though,
going-
but that's a speed thing. If
It
you're
is
going
a
to try
speed
and
thing.
beat me, here's how I do it. I stack all dozen up, butter and syrup, slice that thing into little pie shapes, fork down the middle, all the way in the mouth, pull it back out.
See, he's just
I
watching
don't think
old
you
timey
could do that
cartoons.
with
He's
that
just
many
mimicking
bites.
what he
Boom.
sees in an old
So
Warner
here's what I
Brothers
did.
cartoon.
Speaking, starting off the weekend, I had 3 plate-sized pancakes from our friends at Eggman and Earl. 3
Wow.
plate size.
Wow.
That means they're this big around.
Okay, so
And
at
they're
12. So,
about that
they're
thick.
12. They're
So
12.
they're bigger than they're a little more, about a 12 inch.
Speaking
yeah,
of
a little
big
more
cake-
than
big
12
pancakes.
inch.
So then you
So I
had
had 3 of those.
Okay, so realistically,
German
it was probably
pancakes are
9
delicious,
6-inch
and-
pancakes,
Right.
maybe less.
I had that in less than
I just
about
wanted to
7
make sure we
minutes.
pointed
I
out.
ate all of those in about 7 minutes while enjoying a refreshing Diet Pepsi. First thing in the morning, knocked him out, and then I got on Augie for not eating fast enough. Hadley was keeping up time right alongside with 1 plate-side pancake for herself, just cruising alongside me.
Wow.
Keeping up.
All right. So
And on that
proud
note,
father
we're
right
no
now.
longer ignoring Dirk Dew, who clearly
Hey,
wanted
Dirk,
to
what's
wish you a
going on,
nice
man?
day.
really quick. So, how many pancakes have you eaten in the past? Right.
Yeah.
Go ahead and drop down
In
your
one
number
sitting,
in the
not
comment
total
or
lifetime.
the
Yeah.
group
I
chat,
don't
right?
know.
And just talk about how many you've actually knocked out and how many you think you could possibly knock out as your max
Yeah.
capacity pancake point.
I also feel like I'm actually standing up, and I just have incredibly short legs based on this.
It does look like that. All right, so doing some housekeeping in here for the Rag Company. So we have another busy week ahead of us,
We do.
right? So at this point in time, we are going to be ramping up eventually for the what sale
May
this
sale.
month? What's in May?
May sale.
It's not Labor Day. It's
Memorial Day.
Memorial
This is our
Day.
biggest, one of our biggest
So-
sales, guys.
Boy,
We are ramping up for
struggling
that.
there.
Get ready,
And
save
by
your pennies.
ramping up, I mean we have to catch up from this last weekend. This last weekend was packed, and so if you've if you made an order last week and maybe your tracking's taking a little bit longer than normal, we are literally
They're pushing out orders.
We're pushing out orders so fast. We really are trying.
They've been working over. There's literal overtime
There's
in the
overtime
building
right now, yeah.
from the teams working to get orders
this is not
out.
trying to humble brag, but there were just
No,
there were so
we're
many.
in detailing
We're working
season.
so hard.
We are in
Everybody
detailing
here is
season.
very efficient,
Yeah.
but still, it was more than usual.
Yeah.
Normally, let's just say in 6 months there might be a couple tumbleweeds flowing through the warehouse, right? It's not the
hope
case,
not,
right? Because
but-
well, I'm kidding, but this month, right? It's detailing season. It's kickoff. Everybody's getting back into it. Everybody's just wanting to get their cars clean, and people are battling things like what? Love bugs.
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
battling the weather.
likes
They're
that.
battling
Pollen,
rain, pollen, dust, sap, you name it.
Dirty
and
rain.
So they're wanting to stock up on things.
Dirty
And so,
rain.
dirty rain as well. So I had dirty rain in my car.
The worst.
But so we're ramping up for that sale. So keep an eye out. The Memorial Day sale is a big sale for the Rag Company. It is a big time to save on towels and chemicals and everything else that you guys like. And then other than that, right, we have this week, more stuff's going to be happening to our Subaru WRX STI project. It's going to be going in for tint. It's going to be going in for PPF. It's going to be going in to get some extra good stuff to kind of get it back and running perfect, right?
No
We
more
already-
fishbowl.
It runs perfect, but we just want to get everything buttoned back up on it.
But it breaks necks every
And
time.
then this Saturday, we actually have a big day. Me and Levi are
It's
going
our
to
first open house
it's an
In
open
a
house
here at
while.
the Rag
But
Company.
what are we teaching?
So we've got the Porsche Club, the Silver Sage Porsche Club of America. So part of the Porsche Club of America. Silver Sage is the Idaho chapter for the Porsche Club of America. They're going to be here in-house for a Saturday morning tech talk, as they like to call them. And they're going to be here hanging out, wanting to learn safe washing techniques. It's something we did, almost 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Last time we had them.
Yeah.
And so we're excited to be able to host them.
There were a lot of people at that last event.
That was a great open house, and we sold a ton of product and taught a lot of people. And the thing that I loved most about the Porsche Club, they come back.
Yeah.
And they buy products, and they
ask
refilled
good
the kits that we
questions,
sold
they're
them.
back.
And they're a really cool team. So Anthony and I are going to be teaching, letting them know what's up.
Safe washing techniques. We're going to be laying down the law with some the right towel for the job, right? We're going to be talking about
why
that.
certain towels work better than others.
Because I think that's going to be the most confusing thing for, somebody coming into our building for the first time, seeing what we offer. So getting an idea on what towel to use, because that is it's just overwhelming.
Yeah.
And then all of our chemicals, right? Because I
Yes.
think the first thing they're going to ask is, what chemical line should I stick with? There's 3 different chemical lines, and we say, hey, you can bounce around between all of them, right?
Yep.
Just find what works for you, or find what you like.
Yeah, exactly. So we've got to figure out what we're going to talk about, what we're going to teach. Anthony and I,
working on it.
For you guys that are wondering, we do everything off the cuff. We don't ever script or.
If you ever
Everybody
wonder
gets
why
a
things
unique
felt
experience.
Yeah,
a little
and that's
unique
why you never hear
Hanging
the
on the
same
edge
story
dangerous.
from us, and that's our goal. So it's hard for us to go like, okay, we're going to talk about this, we're going to talk about this. We're literally probably going to look at each other and go, should we do a rinseless? We'll do rinseless, and we'll do a soap and bucket, because this time we can actually do a bucket of soap and show people how to wash at home. And that's literally the extent of it. But what we'll plan out are actually the packages and what we're going to do, because we're going to build a package utilizing the products that we're going to use for that event, and then we'll sell those to the folks. If they want to buy them, they'll have that, and they can go, oh man, I want to get all the same stuff. Now that I watched how to do it, here's how I can get everything. And
a lot of people are very literal. They just want exactly what they saw, because that's how they saw to do it.
And for those of you guys wondering if you've got a shop or something, you can do this too.
Totally.
Honestly, host a little wash clinic. Send it out to your customers. Send it out to join one of the car clubs. There's a ton of car clubs. There's tons of classic car clubs. There's the Porsche clubs. There's
Every
basically
town's different, but
there's a
most of them
Miata
have
club. There's all kinds of clubs.
is.
You can get in with those guys and gals and learn and teach them and show them. And a lot of it is just showing up to some of the events. Buy a car that you like, that you think would be fun, and join that club, and then be the one offering this kind of education.
Levi,
I used to be part of a Jeep club.
I'm going to go out and buy a Porsche Boxster, an old
Do
one
that.
Okay.
that's not worth a whole lot of money, and I'm going to join the Porsche Club. Do you think they'll let me in?
I think they will.
They'll let you.
I think they will. I
Yes,
will be
nicely.
a Porsche
You don't be a
owner.
jerk.
Yeah.
Right? I'll say a nice GT3 RS. That's pretty nice. But have you seen my Boxster over here? It's pretty.
It's a
I
94.
put 911 wheels on it.
I put 911 wheels on it, and
94 Boxster.
yeah, it's just pretty nice. It's basically it's the same car.
I think it'd be great.
Yeah.
I think they'll
So-
let you in.
I will argue they're good driving cars. if
They
you
are, I bet
haven't
they
done
are,
one.
Dane. So here's the deal. I really do actually like these guys. Like I said, I'm excited to teach them, hang out with them, because they're very receptive and they're really good at listening.
Yeah.
And they're really good at regurgitating the information. And we found that the last clinic we did, the customers were such return customers, and they always remembered us.
Yeah.
They said, "Hey, it's Anthony, it's Levi," and I said, "Oh my gosh, I forgot your name." Levi didn't though, because Levi doesn't forget people's names. And it's
Try not
amazing.
One of Levi's
So,
many, many important skills is remembering.
We were at Monterey looking at jets at the event,
As
and
you
one of our
do.
Porsche Club guys was there.
He
And he was
was.
like, "What are you guys doing here?" And we were like, "Hey, man, what's up?"
buying a jet.
Yeah, no, he was apparently
that
he
weird?
lends. He does lending. So if
Oh,
you're looking
really?
to pick up a loan to buy yourself a jet,
Okay.
he's the man to talk
Dang,
to.
that'd be pretty
I
nice.
was blown away by. So
What do
okay.
you fly? Alaska.
yeah.
So,
an
other than
Elantra.
that, right? So we have that going on, and then next week's going to be another busy week. But at this point in time, I think we can all congratulate each other because we have all officially picked up our cars.
We have. Very nice. Very
have.
excited
Thank
to
God.
have all three. Our 60-day
worried there for a
timeline.
minute.
So do you want to explain a little bit about that to the folks, or do we want
Yeah.
to keep it quiet till the video comes out?
I know what's going to happen. Gabe and probably some others on the other side of the glass would be like, no, don't tell them. And it's like, these guys are hardcore fans. They're here for the podcast. They paid attention this time.
What about the 50,000 other listeners, Dane?
Well, they're listeners later, but for
Okay.
viewers,
All right.
I mean,
all right.
I'm just being honest. There's
For the
16
live-
people in here
those
right
that-
now. I'm not
those
too
that-
worried about the
those
big
that,
word getting
that are
out.
here spending the time with
Yes.
us today.
The folks who are watching right now, true fans, true heads
All right.
of the
So
TRC
they know,
podcast.
right? We've talked about it. We've brought the board in,
Well,
haven't we? Of
It's
our
been,
challenge.
the rules. We've gone over
so,
those.
$3,000, 60 days. So we each got $3,000 to buy a car.
And
Roughly,
it's
roughly
important-
60 days.
It's important
Roughly
to note the
60
60
days.
days starts
Give or take.
once we all three have a vehicle.
Which happened on Thursday.
yeah, so that was
Yeah,
a
but,
recent
you know,
development.
I
So,
mean-
so now our 60-day time period has
60,
started to
yeah,
flip
90
these
days.
cars.
yeah.
However, that 3,000 was our total amount to be put into the vehicle. So we had to find a car for less than that and be able to turn
It's
it
your
around.
car purchase, it's your mod, it's your repair budget, all rolled into
Right.
one. You got to use $3K or less to do all of it. But there's no special consolation prize for using less than $3K because the whole idea is the winner is the one who profits the most over.
$3,000. So,
So
let's
you
say
can't just
Dane-
buy a dirt cheap
Yeah.
car and then sell it for slightly
Right.
more and be like, haha, giant.
And-
It's like, no.
And if Dane, let's say for you,
Yeah.
if you put $1,000 of your own money
Mm-hmm.
into that 3K, so now let's say you're now at $4,000 and
Yeah.
you sell your vehicle for $6,000, you didn't actively
No.
get $3,000 in
No,
profit.
because the 3K is the important part.
Right.
If
You
it's
get
1,000 out of my,
$2,000.
that's 1,000 out of my pocket. I
Right.
better hope I
so
win
you
to
got,
make up my
you got
losses.
2K,
Yeah.
and you're hoping that it'll push you ahead of either of us.
Mostly, we're trying to keep this realistic. So somebody watching
Right.
at home, like if they had like some stuff they wanted to sell off and they found themselves with 3K to buy a fun project car or something, they could do that. Now, I'm fully aware that right now the used market is kind of crazy. We
It is
all
crazy.
found that out, especially Anthony, trying to find our cars. Now, Levi, you were patient. You bided your time, and when you found the right thing, you snapped.
I also had cash in hand.
Yes, that was very
And
important.
Here's the thing.
And it didn't
I'm
take
not,
much.
I'm not afraid to walk around with a little bit of walking around money, as I like to say.
Right, Anthony is polar opposite. He will
Yeah.
not like.
He's worried.
I
And-
literally
yeah.
set my wallet in random places. I leave it.
But that's the
Which
that's
is
on
almost
you.
more hazardous. I don't know why
So
you do that.
here's the deal. The other
Makes
thing
me feel
is,
alive.
you know, when we I that's one thing I do very well is guard my money. I try to keep it in certain spaces, places, and
Keep
you know,
the thing on you.
I
Just
keep
make sure
that
you
thing-
remember where those
keep that
places and
thing-
spaces are.
I don't have a problem with that. I can remember people's names and I can remember where I put my money. So
Okay.
here's the deal. I had that cash the moment Jeff handed it to me. I had it in my pocket, and then I started hunting for a
Because then
car.
it was real.
Then it was real.
tangible.
I kept trying not to get my hopes up or keep looking at cars. You know, Gabe was saying, reach out, reach out, reach out. And I was
Yeah.
like, I don't have the money on me. I have to have that cash in my hand. Then I can do whatever I want because then I can jump on a deal. I can call a person. I can get that stuff.
But without that, you can't do those things because
No.
there's the odd chance they go, great, can you come over in 5 minutes? And you're like,
Yeah,
I don't have
can't
my-
do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was me. I was able to do that. Dane, you had the money too, so you were ready to rock and roll.
Yeah,
you were
I took a
able
big
to
risk,
cruise
too.
down. And then Anthony, you kept keeping your money in a safe spot, and then you'd have to go back and get
That's
it.
go back and get it. Yeah.
You had to dig it up. It was in the backyard.
So-
So you had it under a tree.
Glad the
Shoebox.
dogs didn't find
Shoebox
it.
in the backyard, underneath about a foot of gravel. you know.
Right. It's a workout, but at least you knew it was safe.
I did know it was safe. Yep.
So
from earthworms.
So all three of us got our cars.
Mm-hmm.
We've got them now. We're starting to do a little bit of work on them here and there.
Yeah.
Dane's is currently not in the building.
No, it's currently getting some
Little
paint.
work done. Yeah.
Little paint,
Little
little bit of
paint
paint.
action
Yeah.
going on.
Anthony, yours is here. It's
Mine's
it's
here.
running.
Running smooth. AC's blowing ice
Nice.
cold on this bad boy. 40 miles per gallon. What more could I complain
Impressive.
about?
I drove mine all weekend.
Did you?
Took the kids. Augie
They
loves
loved
riding
it.
in
It
it.
loves it.
Oh,
It
Augie
loves
loves it. He was like, "Where are we going?" I said, "We got to go pick up your sister at a party." You know what I do? Roll that beast up to the $1 million homes.
Yeah.
Drive that bad boy up.
Rev that sucker.
Park that. Turn that wheel into the
Exhaust.
curb.
Somebody's like, is there something wrong with that vehicle?
Turn that wheel into the curbs because the parking brake doesn't really work on it.
Yeah.
Put the thing in gear,
I'm
hop
just-
out.
I'm just
say,
gonna
"What's up,
say it.
guys?" They're like, "Where'd you get
3,000
that?" I was like, "It's a project for work." And they're like, "That's awesome."
$3,000 cars, trucks, vans, SUVs today are what like $500 to $1,000 vehicles were just a couple years ago. Like, stuff
Yeah.
has gone up significantly.
You're lucky to
And
get one running.
At
Yeah.
3K, I was shocked at how horrible the selection was. Probably because we're like, I don't want to say Boise's a metropolitan area, but compared to the areas around us, this is where most of the action is. And a
Well,
lot of the cars that we found, we
I
had
was
to
just
go somewhere else because everything that was here got snatched up immediately.
I was just surprised at how fast stuff was going and how
Incredible,
expensive stuff was.
Yeah, no, like
That's
people
the
were
biggest
paying
thing.
a lot for cars that did not run at all.
Yeah.
They were just a hollow shell in many
Well, and
cases.
I started to see that when I was looking for the truck bed trailer, right?
Yeah.
Truck bed trailers are almost as much as a non-running vehicle now. And that was blowing me, because I was like, it's
I might as well
the
buy
bed
the
of a
truck.
truck with an axle and a frame, and like, that's it. That should be $200. And they're going for $900 to $1,000, which is insane.
It's half of a moving truck.
It's half of a moving truck. And that's
Guys,
the other
it's
thing. You're
not the
finding trucks
mid-2000s
that have
anymore.
no
You
engines
just
in them,
can't.
no transmissions.
Yeah.
They're gone.
Yeah.
It's hard out here.
And they're like,
Couple thousand
$1,500. Come
Yeah.
pick it up.
but
Like,
that's why,
what?
in like my
What?
case for my vehicle, I drove 6 hours to Utah
Yeah.
to go get it picked
Yeah.
up on
and
trailer.
then went for a ride on a trailer for
and
fun.
the thing picked me up
a
like
little
a
scary.
seesaw, rammed the back of my tailgate.
Sure you weren't
that was
at
super
Lagoon?
cool. So after getting back from there at like 2 a.m, I was kind of, a little tired, a little wired, not really super excited about anything else, just wanted to sleep. But now we're a couple weeks in, feeling more reinvigorated to work on the stuff. I'm excited for it. And of course, now the car's not here, so I can't.
I'm chomping at the bit.
that.
I don't
You-
like this
you.
whole thing where I have to put set a camera up and then get ready to work.
Yeah.
I just want to get into it. Just
Right.
want to jump in and get it
But
done.
for the sake of the series, you got to be
Oh,
filming
I have
yourself
been filming,
if you have
but
nobody around.
I'm just
So-
saying, like, I think I pushed more because one of the things I did ask is that we at least get about 8 hours a week to work on the truck, on the projects here.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that I want us to be able to just work, have someone else hold the
It's
camera.
a lot easier when someone else is getting it for you.
And
You know they're
here's
getting
the
the
deal:
shot.
increase the production value.
Yeah,
Really
we don't
give-
want you
give
guys
our
to just suffer
fans
through all our cell phone
something
footage.
rather than our cell phone footage. I want them to be able to enjoy it and be like, wow, give them some really neat settings. Like you were saying, Anthony had some great ideas. Give this a little feel that I'm really excited about.
We're trying to create a vibe.
Yeah.
And I think we can do that. And I think we're all excited to
Well,
jump in.
the
and-
vehicles we all picked are very much in character for each one of us. So I was really happy with how that turned
Yeah.
out.
They're all very different too.
Yeah,
Perfect.
And we got red, white, and blue going for us, so that's fun.
That was not
But
planned.
yeah, that's
Very, very, very cool. So
that's basically
all
the
right,
deal.
jump in straight into our weekends.
So-
Mother's Day weekend.
Very nice.
The reason I did the title today was
Yeah,
I
what
had
happened
to
to
think,
you?
I had to think of something that incorporated Mother's Day or moms or mama or something into it, and I was like, okay, LL Cool J, Mama said knock you out, and I remembered you got locked out of your vehicle, so I
yes.
said Mama
Very
said
nice.
lock you out.
Yes.
And I had to have something,
Yeah.
so that's where you ended up with today's weird thumbnail.
Yeah. Well, so the lockout.
Yeah,
Gabe was moving some of our vehicles around out here.
yours, as people know, yours
Mine came with a screwdriver to start it.
there was no key.
So there was no key. I had a screwdriver to fire it up, and I had to go get a whole new column. So I went to the junkyard, got a column, was lucky enough to find one that had keys. So I was like, wow, what are the odds? Really great. Had the keys in, fires up now, could start the truck with the vehicle with the key, and am able to move back and forth.
Wow.
Here's the thing, though. That only came with a screwdriver.
Yeah.
That was the only key I got.
So the doors are different from the steering column.
Yes, because the steering column is from another vehicle.
So could you go and take those door locks from the other vehicle?
No. So I went back to test this theory because I thought, oh, these keys that are in this ignition, that are in this column, came with a set of door keys. So I thought, I'll go check those doors
Right.
that I pulled the column out of. Maybe I can pull those little locks and I'll have
It's
the locks.
worth a shot.
Yeah, I'll just pop them out. What I got is piece of cake. You punch them out, pop in the new one, and you're good
Just
to go.
a cylinder, right?
That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's got a little arm it attaches to. That's it.
Okay.
It's super easy. Walk over there, they don't work.
Oh.
So I go, well, all right. Guess I'm gonna have to get that. That's just gotta add it to the list, right?
Yeah.
So head back over here, go about. There's nothing in it. It's cleaned out. But old Gabe wants to do me a solid.
Oh, okay.
Gonna pull the car out for me.
How nice.
make sure it's safe, because apparently we have a lot of crime in front of our security camera here at the rag company.
It is pretty crazy.
God forbid your precious vehicle were to wind up
My precious vehicle with nothing in
a
it,
crime.
literally empty. It has a hoodie.
There is nothing in it.
There's
nothing.
There's nothing.
You strip that bare.
It is empty. I could probably just take the interior with me next time. But here's the deal. Gabe wanted to be that guy. Habit, right?
Yeah.
So locks the doors. So he goes, hey, go bring your vehicle in. And I go, why? And he goes, well, we got to shoot some stuff on it.
Yeah.
I said, well, why is it back out? Well, we had to do this for this. He's like, all right. So I walk out there. It locked. And I go,
Oh, no.
Gabe, why'd you lock it? Just to keep it safe.
Oh, it's very safe.
I said, it's been parked out here for the last week with the windows down. The door's unlocked. There's nothing in it. Oh, sorry, habit. So what I do? Went and got me a screwdriver.
Oh, yeah.
Went over. It's got a sliding rear window.
Yep.
Popped that window open. Reached in, hit that lock button, popped it back open. Said, don't lock this thing again.
That must have felt pretty good to break into your own car.
I love doing it. It's one thing I do whenever I buy a new car. I try to break into it. Something I've done ever since I was a young boy.
Okay.
Learning the skills on the streets of locking and popping. That's how we do it. One of the very first essential items I bought when I opened my detail shop was a lock kit.
That was smart.
It's a break-in kit so you can get into cars. One thing that helps me being 8% Mexican.
I'm just going to let you talk about that.
Yeah, I can't speak to that
gonna
at
stay
all.
quiet over
I
here.
thought it was 6%.
It's one of the things that I was able to do, and I joke, but it was because I worked at a detail shop, and you have no idea how many times people pull cars in and lock the doors on accident, or they leave the keys in them, and they accidentally lock them when they're cleaning, they're wiping a door panel, they hit the buttons. So my number one rule of thumb is always, if I pull a car in anywhere, crack the windows before I get in. Yeah. That way, at least I have access always, and a long stick or rod will be able to pop the lock. You're able to get it out. But the biggest thing is I've always tried to make sure I break into cars for fun, but I keep my skills up. One thing, I lock my keys in my car during Christmas time at the Boise Town Square Mall. You know what I did? Went into the Sears, picked up some welding rod, picked up a screwdriver and an airbag kit, popped my door, filled that airbag, stuck the welding rod in there, popped my lock. Fun fact, nobody came up to me. Security rolled past while I was breaking into my own car. Never stopped me. Never
Amazing.
said, hey, be careful. And then right after that, they put out tons of reports like, hey, lots of break-ins over at the Boise Town Square during Christmas. Be careful. And I was like, I was literally breaking into my own car, and no one stopped me. No one stopped me. No one said, like,
on
hey,
the lookout for this man. Like, that's a picture. That's literally me right
that's
there.
literally me breaking back
car.
into my own car because my keys were locked in it. So it's funny, but it's a skill set you
Has
got
a
to
car
have.
tattoo on his arm.
It's a skill set you got to have as a detailer. But anyway, so I was glad. Broke into my own car. Made me feel good.
right.
But this weekend, had a nice little easy weekend. Saturday morning.
Did you?
Went down, got some new wheels and tires put on.
No,
put on
you
the
did
whip.
not.
That was
yeah.
one of my favorite things about your vehicle was that not a single one of those
Not a
wheels
single.
matched the other.
It was 4 different
They're
wheels.
all different.
4 different tires. And so here's what I did. I kept 2 of those wheels.
Oh. Okay.
So I had picked up recently, a set of wheels for just a trailer project or whatever I wanted to do.
Okay.
One of the things I like doing is finding wheels on Facebook Marketplace for really cheap. Because a lot of people aren't very smart. They just see these wheels. They just put them up for sale because they're taking up space.
Yeah,
What
they
I
don't
do
need
is
them anymore. They don't
I
care
call
that they
those-
could get more for them. They're just like, let it
I
go.
call those my little savings accounts.
Yeah. Came in
Here's-
handy for this project.
Here's how it works. You buy those wheels cheap, $50, $75, $100 even. Clean them up. Detail them up. It's very simple and easy to detail a wheel properly.
It's easier than
right?
doing a whole car.
It's easier than doing a whole car. And then here's the thing. Clean them up, make them look nice, throw them back up on the Facebook Marketplace, $300. Make an easy $200 in a weekend. If you think about it, it's basically detailing a car.
Yeah.
So this is something I like doing and something that keeps me in the money, so to speak. So what I'm able to do is have sets of wheels, which came in handy, like trailer, green bean.
Yeah.
I had a set of tires for it. Threw those tires on there. It's been great. Had to buy a set of wheels for it. But I thought, gosh, I better start. If I'm going to start looking for trailers and GM trailers specifically, I need to start getting the bolt patterns. So I need 6s and 6-on-5 and 5-on-5s. And so found this set of 5-on-5s, threw them on there, had them, put them up there. Yeah, that's right,
Yikes,
man.
Umberto.
Yeah.
Yikes.
So was able to take those wheels that I had bought, take them down to my old buddy Wayne at Les Schwab, put on a set of 245/70 R16s, Siloom Terramax HTs, one of the ugliest tires ever
I'll
developed.
say a lot of words
Silooms,
just to say.
man.
Siloom Terramax.
So Silooms, hands down, one of my highest performance
One of the
truck
worst.
tires
Yeah,
of all time.
not
I
a
was gonna
great
say, if
tire.
that's
It's
not a clue as to what
very
he got, what his
inexpensive.
priorities
Wayne,
are,
let's
I
just
don't know
say,
what is.
let's just say my buddy Wayne was kicking himself that he couldn't put a nicer set of tires on. He's like, we should do something better than. I said, Wayne, when I buy one of these for myself, we will. But this is a 60-day flip, and this has got to be in the budget. We got to put these. He's like,
You're saying, Wayne, with the money that I make from this sale, I'm going to buy another one of these.
That's what I'm going to try to do.
Get some real tires on.
Get some nice tires on it.
33s.
Okay.
I want to do a 2-wheel drive. Lowered, nice little setup.
Oh, lowered.
Yeah.
Lowered on
Put some
33s.
wide tires on there. Make it nice. So anyway, got the wheels and tires swapped over. Pulled the wheels off, right? Brakes are in great shape. Now, the underside of my vehicle is very dirty and just, it's mostly muddy.
Okay.
So if I could put it on a lift and we'll pressure wash underneath it, a lot of it would clean up really well. And then I'm thinking I'm going to paint or undercoat the underside of it just to clean it up a little more. But honestly, going through, I was really surprised while it was on the lift to go under it, take a look at some of the stuff. Now, when I do my lowering kit, I'm going to have to kind of do some cleaning. There's some spindles and covers that are a little grimy and covered in stuff. So really need to get in there, chisel that out, get it cleaned up. But all in all, was really impressed that my brakes were in good shape. There is a light leak by the oil filter. That's it. So really impressed and it's barely dripping, which is nice. So I think I just need to wipe that up with a towel, and I don't think it'll leak. So all in all, was really good about that. Saturday, kind of just hung out with the kids, worked on a very covered dog hair car. Spent Saturday detailing that. So if you recall, last Saturday I detailed a mother's car. This Saturday detailed the daughter's car. Identical cars, Ford Escapes with a lot of dog hair. Both black interior, black leather. So cleaned up really nice. They were blown away and impressed. The For Real was my best friend for that job. Was able to use my steamer to kind of clean up the carpets a lot, get those nice and fresh looking and smelling good, which was nice. The cars didn't smell like dogs, which was a really good thing because that was pretty bad. And then gonna take then Sunday, Mother's Day, made some sticky buns and some cinnamon roll waffles.
Oh man.
And
I feel like it was just the other day I was hearing about how sticky buns are being made.
Yeah, they're good.
Sticky buns.
Yeah.
So sticky buns, cinnamon roll waffles, and bacon is what we had for breakfast.
What kind of bacon did you
I just go to
typically
Albertsons and pick up the butcher block, smoked.
Butcher block, yeah,
Just
smoked.
It's the best
So
bacon.
it's not Meridian Meats bacon.
It's not Meridian
which is
Meats,
hands down some of the best bacon I've ever had.
Albertsons itself, Albertsons' butcher block bacon is really good.
Pretty good.
And it's one of those that, like, if you go to Fred Meyer's, which is the Kroger, you pick up their butcher block bacon.
Same.
It's not the same.
The Albertsons
it's not as
is high
good.
quality
The Albertsons bacon, they actually have really nice bacon. So, and it's cheaper. It's cheaper than anything else that's
I'm
on the
just saying
shelf.
right now, I'm willing to go in on some Meridian Meats bacon. If you guys are interested in going in on some,
I like this idea.
right down the street from Dane's place.
Yep.
I'm willing to go in a couple pounds a piece. Right?
Oh, I'd take 2 pounds.
We get a couple pounds a piece on that,
Yeah.
and that way we have the most premium bacon, honestly, that we can get in the valley
For our pancake challenge.
for the pancake challenge. But I'm
after the
I'm
pancake
still
challenge.
a sucker for cooking some bacon, right? Drain
I
out,
like this,
drain,
putting it in the air.
You don't need a reason.
No, and then drain
Just do it.
out some of the grease there, popping the bacon out, and then cooking my eggs and a little bit of that
Yeah.
bacon grease
Good
that's left.
stuff.
Yeah.
It is Dane's
I
like
love that.
I'm speaking Dane's language
I
right
love
now.
that. Yes. Combine combined.
flavors.
The bacon sweats on the eggs.
Oh,
and
it's
you're
good.
You know what else
Yeah.
is good? A little bacon toast.
Hopefully you don't have any vegetarians
You
listening.
just throw
They're probably
a
gonna be
piece of
grossed
bread.
out.
After you cook all those eggs, you throw a little more bacon grease on there.
Ooh.
Put your bread on there and
You,
let it
you like,
toast.
are you a sourdough guy or you like a white bread?
I like white bread. I'm not a sourdough kind of
I'm
guy.
a sourdough kind of guy. The Appalachian.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the
It's
ones that
See, I'm an
Alpacella, I
English
think,
muffin
is what it
guy.
is. It's not
But a sourdough
Appalachian. It's
English
Alpacella.
You're a muffin guy?
Yeah. English
Sourdough muffin?
English muffin.
English
Dane's
muffin.
an English
That
muffin.
is
Big difference.
true.
I love English muffins.
I've seen
Like,
Dane
one of
always
my
go for the
very
English
favorite
muffins.
things.
I think it's
Yeah.
a texture thing for you.
Yeah, it's a texture thing. I like
Yeah.
the crunch, but I like that it's still soft inside.
in the middle, yeah.
It's got both. It's very
All right, so
specific.
Levi,
So-
what else?
Basically, so we did that. Looking into putting a dog door into the house
Watson.
for Watson and the cats, because our little cat, the Hemingway Russian Blue, Sassy, or as we call her, Sassafras. She's got many fingers, many toes, and she's little. She weighs maybe like 4 or 5 pounds. Where Sherlock, my big cat, he's about 20.
Wow,
he's a
that's
beast.
He's
a
big cat.
big cat.
Big guy.
He's a big cat. He's a big tabby. He's a housebroken cat, meaning he can cruise in and out, go to the bathroom outside, doesn't need a litter box, right? Doesn't need one.
Yeah.
So what does he do? We bring this little one home, taking care of getting her going, get her a litter box, right?
Okay.
So the big boy, he comes in, uses that litter box. The little one doesn't like that. So what does she do? She starts guarding it, telling him he needs to go someplace else. So what does he do? He may or may not be having accidents in the tub.
Oh no.
So
He's in the tub. It's pretty nice.
at least it's in the tub.
Yeah.
He's thoughtful that he's doing that.
Yeah.
So
I think that's a thing because my cat, when he was like sick or something, would do that too.
yeah. So needless to say,
not
I was a little
care
upset
for
about
that,
that.
but
So
that'd be
I moved the litter box to a non-neutral area in the house, so that they could both use it, and let them both out to go play. And they do the stuff. They hang out outside all day. Like, so the last thing, my wife's like, I just don't want to deal with this and a litter box, and I don't want to buy 2 or 3 litter boxes. Like, that's just too much, because
Well,
you look
anybody
on
walks into your house and they immediately go,
well, yeah, you look
"Okay,
on the
cats
internet,
live here.
right? You look on the
That's
internet,
cool."
and it says, oh, if you have
What?
2 cats, you need to have a litter box for each of them plus 1. I'm like, I'm not having 3 litter boxes in my house. Like, I only did 1 so that I could get her to start going outside, so that I could get rid of the litter box, and I don't have to worry about it. So, dog door, next option. So I bought one that would fit in with the sliding glass door.
Yeah.
Didn't work.
no.
It, like, everything fit, all the numbers worked, but I couldn't actively get the thing into my track because the way my door is, it had about a 1/2 inch profile that I could not lift the door over when it was in. So I was trying to figure out stuff. I watched a ton of videos. So finally I just took it back, and I'm just going to cut a hole in the wall and put a door in. And so I'll just do that. But that way they at least have it. And then we started looking, and actually having a dog door wouldn't be a bad feature.
Yeah.
So looking at that, I'm going to try and get just a medium-sized one for the cats. And then if Watson wants to go out, he's just going to have to forcibly push himself through the door
Yeah.
for him, because he's
Sorry,
a little,
buddy.
the dog's a little chunky. So, but I'll get it mostly for the cats to just be able to cruise. And then did that. Me and the kids got Carly basically a little kit of all her favorite stuff. The kids picked out some puzzle books for her. We got her some candy, got her a gift card, just some little stuff.
Nice.
So I dropped the ball, though.
Uh-oh.
Did you?
I hadn't been listening very well.
Oh no.
Oh no.
My wife wanted a bird bath for Mother's Day,
Oh.
and I did not deliver a bird bath.
Oh. Wow.
And
Should have made one.
super
forage.
frustrating. So last night I was a little bummed out when she let me know. She's like, just so you know, like, I had a good day, but remember when I was talking about a bird bath? And I was like, yeah. She goes, I was dropping hints for that, and I was like, I didn't know those were hints. I thought we were doing research and learning about them
like a
and
must be
working on
nice
them.
conversation. It must be nice. It would be
I
nice
feel
to
your
have
pain.
Yeah.
It would be nice to have a bird bath. You're like,
Yeah.
yeah, it would be nice.
Yeah, that's what I said. I go, I thought we were talking about it, like we hadn't settled on a design or style because there's so many different versions. So felt bad. So
Mid-century modern. Such
I need to
what
be-
Dean likes.
I have
Yeah.
a rule. if it's a hint and not a request, don't expect it to happen.
Oh, that is
Yeah.
Dane's rule.
So
Straight up.
also, so anyway, told my wife I'm gonna try and be better at that, and I apologize for not knowing that that's what that was. She goes, I even told the kids, and I said, well, to be fair, Augie told me at about 8:00 on Saturday night that you wanted a bird bath, and I said, so not
Still,
really.
it's a nice thing to do. Of
Yeah.
course.
So I
Get
just
a
said,
whittled one.
I'm mostly just saying,
Stuck in
like,
a
if somebody
tree.
gets mad because they didn't come out clearly
oh,
and
she
say
wasn't.
they wanted
It wasn't.
something.
It wasn't mad.
Okay.
There's nothing mad. Just hey, I dropped a bunch of hints and you
Okay.
didn't listen. That's all.
Okay.
You know. So it's kind of like if you were to tell people something that you wanted for your birthday, and you told everybody, but nobody listened, and then
Well,
your birthday came and went.
The big
It's all-
difference.
There's
The
things
big
like
difference is going. Boy, it sure be nice. I sure like these things. So it's like instead of like, I wish I had this, or I wish I
that. Right,
got
but you
that.
got to
It's like,
remember this. We're talking a
it
bird bath.
comes across a little.
If you look on Amazon, they start at like $25.
Yeah, no,
It's not an
there's no
expensive
reason-
thing. It's not. It wasn't that it
worry
was
about
like,
it.
oh, I wanted the $200 one. It was a $25 bird bath, and I dropped the ball. And so, and I accept that. I
okay.
understand
That
that. So I had to. So I was like, I really apologize.
Thing is, now
didn't mean
you
that.
can get one now
Yeah.
that it's clear, and
Yeah.
happily move
So,
on.
needless to say, I felt bummed that I didn't get that and that I seemed to have missed the cue. That was what I was supposed to do. So I But other than that, good little Mother's Day. Took the kids, got them lunch at Wendy's, picked up some Frosties, drove back over to my mother-in-law's house, and dropped one off for her. She was very excited to get that. She had come over earlier for breakfast, and I even helped her out. She bought herself 2021 Hyundai Elantra. She's like, I need help. I said, oh, what do you need help with? She goes, I don't know all the buttons and whistles on this thing. Let me just say, that
It's
is
got the
a
buttons and whistles.
that is a technology packed. She had a limited. She had a 2017 limited,
Oh, she got
previous.
a one. Yeah,
which is what my
which was very
iPad-
nice.
w-
yeah,
That's
the
what
one
Katie
in the
had.
water spot
Yeah.
video.
The Launcher Limited, right? It
But
had-
she had a 2000 or 2018, the body style, but the new body style, not your body style. But
The
yeah,
21
mine
was
was
her
mine
new
was the
body
new
style.
body style.
no, it was the next.
Mine
No, the
Hers had a
21s,
different-
the 21s are new.
no,
no,
I
Katie's
know.
was,
Hers
Katie's
a-
was a 2017.
Hers was a 2017.
I know.
My mother-in-law's was like a 2018.
Oh,
It was a different body style than the body style you had.
interesting.
So
Oh yeah, I thought you were talking about the new ones.
no,
Sorry.
but
very
no,
nice.
no,
It's
it
like
might have
they
been
are
the same.
different.
I think you're right.
It
It
literally
was the same. It
except
was.
hers
You're right.
was red, right?
Yeah, it was red. We were right.
It was red.
They were
Mine
same.
was
So,
black. Yeah.
Limited. Very nice. Very nice. Amenities.
Those are super nice.
In a
I told
Elantra.
Katie for like what I think it was a 13,000 that we paid for that with had 5,000 miles on it.
Yeah.
It was a brand new
Yeah.
car. Yeah. It was a brand new car.
Yeah.
I said, this is the nicest
Yeah.
little car.
Yeah, ton of
Heated
stuff.
seats, all the tech package on it, everything on it.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I don't think you could get a better car for I mean, really
For
for
a
what
new
you
car,
get.
bang for your buck. It's hard.
No,
to
that was,
argue.
and that's
good
a,
car.
those are really
Yeah.
nice. So her car was having a mechanical issue
Yeah.
that we couldn't figure out. It would instantly lose power and then all of a sudden come back on while she'd be driving on the freeway. It'd
So,
shut itself off.
surges?
No, just shut itself off while she was on the freeway, or then it would work and come back on, and then other times the gas pedal would stop working. And so really
Drive by
starting
wire, folks.
So
Love it.
74-year-old woman get very scared because her car keeps dying on her while
Sure.
she's driving.
Yeah.
And she'd take it in, they'd run a code check, and they're like, yeah, nothing happened. Everything looks fine.
You're telling me there's
So
not a record
she
somewhere
was
in
like,
that computer. of
That's
that
what I kept
event.
saying, and that's what
gotta be in
I
there.
kept saying. So I went in with her one day, and I was like, "This is BS." Blah blah blah. Anyway, she finally went in when it happened to her. She was driving to the mall, and it happened on her, and she just headed straight for the dealership, pulled up, and said, "It just did it. Go drive it." And they were like, "Huh? Yeah. Well, we can get you an appointment. But yeah, we run the everything's fine. There's nothing wrong with it." She's like, "Well, this car is gonna kill me."
Well,
is
yeah,
what's
and
gonna
then you
happen.
run into the shadiness of knowing that when it comes to car manufacturers, there's a vested interest not to acknowledge a problem until
Right.
a certain threshold is crossed. And then,
Right.
oh, I
So-
guess it killed enough people. Now we
So
actually
they
have
said
to do something
basically,
about
so
it. Sorry.
the dealership was like, "Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it." She goes, "Fine, then show me what I can get,"
yeah.
and basically traded it in, got herself a new white 21.
Yeah.
That thing's wicked. It's got the digital gauges Like the screen, it doesn't have gauges anymore. Gauge
Yeah, the whole
cluster.
gauge
It's got
cluster
the.
is just a screen
It's a
now.
TV screen now. So I had to help her
Can't wait in 20 years when that doesn't work.
had to help her set up all that. But nice little car. So we just spent I spent about an hour out there with her, making sure the phone was fully set and everything, and showing her how to bounce back and forth between Apple CarPlay and the gauges and all the different buttons. She couldn't find her heated seats and found them and put them on there for her. So she was very excited that it had all that. So my parents had bought a Hyundai Limited Sonata for about 6 months, brand new. Car would pull to the left, and the dealer Hyundai couldn't correct it. Hyundai brought the car back, full sticker. Yeah, there you go, Scott. That's good. Yeah, and then it says the dynamic voice recognition and shuts down because of gas setting when it hits the brakes on full stop. Just to remind her about that button. Yes, it does have the dynamic voice recognition.
But it's not an auto start stop thing, because that's
No,
usually
hers
only
doesn't
something
have-
that works at lights.
hers
That's not when you're
doesn't-
going on the freeway
Yeah.
and then suddenly it's just like, I don't need
So-
the engine anymore. You're just going to coast.
Her old one was a limited. This new one is just a GLS. It's not a limited. So she's kind of bummed because she's like, oh, it doesn't have leather, it doesn't have a sunroof, but everything else it's got. I was amazed at how
There's
heavy
a lot of
heavy
standard
lated that
features
car
back
had.
into
I was
those.
like, and it's white, black interior.
Dang.
Well, I'm going to be that
Black
guy.
black door panels, black fabric, black carpet. Finally.
Until
brought it back.
you get into the crazy luxury side of things, like exceeding 150, 200K, leather is overrated for most cars below that mark.
Unless it's a Toyota Tacoma. Anyway, so
I only got the leather because I wanted the heated seats. I
spent
could
the
have done
time-
without the leather. I like cloth seats better.
well, these are cloth seats with heat.
Yeah.
So-
No, that's what I'm saying. But in the case of the Tacoma, they require.
So anyway, we
have both.
so did that. Had a nice little afternoon, but it was fun. The car is a beautiful car, neat to see. Kind of made me jealous. I'm hoping that it'll be mine in about 10 years. So
when she
it'll be all
passes.
right. Yeah, you never know. Maybe 20 years I'll get it.
I'm just going to operate on a hunch, though. I think yours will still be running, whereas that one might actually have more problems. We'll see.
Mine will be because it's the most analog version of
Yeah,
that car.
I was going to say, yours
So-
yours is like the latest while still being analog. It's probably going to continue to run.
It's the only car that can do a cold start and take off immediately.
That's right.
Do 0 to 60.
And it does
141,000 miles.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, Levi, you gotta let it warm up. Nope. Bam. Throw you back in
That's how
your
you
seat.
do it, man. All right. So
little Rose.
what'd you guys do?
All right. Mine was pretty simple. Unless you want to go in.
No, Dane,
No?
go for it.
Okay.
Hit me.
So, as far as the weekend went, started things off with Friday night, took the vehicle that I got for the Cheap Car Challenge, dropped it off at our good man Jonathan's place. That's right. Jonathan, who painted the rear wing for my Jag, the duckbill. Jonathan, who's done some other paint projects as well.
We don't call him John.
Yeah, we call him
No,
John.
he
Like
goes by Jonathan.
Jonathan.
So
You got to do the full thing. You don't
Jonathan.
call him John.
Keep
It's
it simple.
Jonathan.
But he does great work, and his thing is he's not generally doing a full car. He does parts. But in the case of my project car, there are many spots where the clear coat is well on its way out. You guys saw it. The thing is toast. And to the point that I bought a new front bumper for it because the front bumper was so haggard and just destroyed.
How far are you over budget right now?
I'm actually still under budget. Because the
Okay,
beauty
so-
of this thing is we can sell stuff out of our
No,
garage and
not
homes.
counting the money that you sold.
Oh, not
How
counting that?
far over budget are you that you've had to sell stuff to get into it?
So even without all the stuff I've sold,
Because you've put tires, you've done an oil change, you've done a rear differential service, you've bought a front bumper, and now you're getting it painted.
yeah, remember I got this vehicle for $1,500.
So that left you
So that left me
$1,500.
$1,500 for a
And you spent $300 on tires, 150.
$278,
Okay, so then you got oil change.
$255 for the diff service, trans, and oil change.
Okay, so that's 500. We're a little over $500 now.
And then the new front
So that
bumper was
leaves you 1,000, okay.
$234,
Okay,
and then from that point, I'm counting on the paint. I worked
so
with
that's
Jonathan,
so you're at 800.
and then with
So
Jonathan,
that leaves you $600 left.
yes, that's my paint budget.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so now you're right at budget.
And
so
that is
now you have
that
to
is
sell
without
stuff.
having sold anything. Now,
Right.
having sold,
what about
a
your
few
interior
things,
pieces that you bought?
I
belt
didn't
tensioners?
buy. I didn't.
The belt.
Oh, those are
sleeves?
like $42.
Okay, so that's another 40. So you're over $42.
If we don't count
At the
selling
moment.
stuff, yes,
That I'm just saying, because then
Yes.
you're going to sell things to recoup.
correct.
That.
I sold my sim rig, basically my
Yeah.
sim racing rig.
That
Sold
was the
seat,
thing. We
sold
basically
the wheel,
said if you're going to
sold the
put money
shifter.
in, you have to sell something. and you have to make it known that you sold such and such item to cover
Because,
that.
and before anybody argues that this is unfair, we're all allowed to do this. Remember earlier you heard Levi talking about how he buys wheels frequently.
Yeah.
He had a lot of wheels he could easily sell and
just
put
had
into
that.
the project because he's got that stuff. He's always doing it anyway, so it was just something you had around.
Yeah.
And Anthony's got things, of course, that he can do that with as well.
I do.
And I'm also going to point out, without saying what we have, that each of you already kind of have parts for your vehicles laying
Agreed,
around your
'cause we
shops,
thought about
and
this.
I don't.
Yeah.
So I'm operating at a disadvantage not only because you both got your vehicles for cheaper than
Right,
me,
yeah.
but also because you
We
have
already
more
had
parts
stuff,
available.
and we already knew kind of an idea of what we were getting.
Yeah. So as far as where I'm operating from, I kind of had
Yeah.
to
No,
sell
I-
off some stuff.
I just wanted to
But-
know where you were. That's all.
Yeah.
So it
no,
wasn't
but the
anything-
interior parts, I'm gonna have to try and fix because I have like a door handle falling off and stuff like that inside.
Gorilla
the reason I
Glue.
went for my vehicle is
Flex
because
seal.
my resale. He made me say seal. Resale value. Should I be able to fix the key issues? Inarguably higher than either one of yours, but that's only if I can get it to a point that somebody who'd be interested in it would actually pay that.
Yeah.
So
Amen.
that is my challenge. And when you see what we're working with, you'll understand. But that's pretty much what I'm doing. So the paint had to be fixed. There's
Yeah.
like no way around that.
Right. You're right.
I had to work
And
on
honestly,
that.
what you were able to work out with Jonathan to do that, great price.
Well, and we also said that, no homie hookups, but we worked out a deal where potentially there may be one for people.
Right.
That works out that way. So you guys each have your things. And in my case, I'm thinking I give Jonathan a nice tip on top to complete the,
Okay, I see.
rest of the thing. So hopefully that solves a lot of my problems. And the rest, I just have to sit there with epoxy for days on end trying to figure out how to reattach the door handle inside. So that's my fun, but that's my challenge. And it's no different than how somebody would really do a project.
Right, yeah.
So that's the appeal of this, is that you can replicate this. You could totally go out there and actually try this for yourself.
No, everything you're doing is
and
right.
sell things
Yeah.
out of your garage, as you would, to fund your project because, hey, that's just sitting
And
there.
honestly,
I'm not
guys,
using that.
Jonathan is a kid that Anthony found on Facebook Messenger or Facebook Marketplace.
Really,
Yeah.
he's
literally
Anthony's
saying,
guy.
who
but
was literally,
I've developed a good relationship with him.
"Hey,
He really
I'm
likes
painting
me.
parts. If you need anything painted, I work at a body shop. I can paint
Yeah.
some stuff." So Anthony went down and kind of talked to him, interviewed him, and he's painted a couple things for Anthony that he did a really good job on, and Anthony was very impressed with. And that's
And like anything
that's how we
else,
met him. So same kind of
you guys
thing.
can
If you
use it
guys
too.
are learning how to do this, you can reach out and see. There's people that are always advertising different services. And in the case of Jonathan, he's just a kid.
He's just
Wanting to
guy.
learn, and he's able to use the shop and the paint booth, and
He has a much steadier hand than I.
he's
for that
really
kind of
trying to
stuff,
work
so I
on this,
trust him,
so
and he has the
pretty good.
ability to work in an actual paint booth setting.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm trying to shoot stuff in my yard, might turn out, might not.
Yeah.
So better to trust more of a professional. And yes,
Gee,
I
Davis.
see that. Oh my god. So the rest of my weekend, took care of that on Friday. Got that ball rolling. We'll see how that goes. Thank you, G. That massage chair is staying. I'm keeping that. I love that thing. It is not going anywhere. As far as other stuff goes, of course, then Saturday was just kind of a hangout, nothing particularly crazy. Ran some errands. Just went around. I looked at some open houses again because I found that I just like doing that.
yeah.
It's just it's a fun thing
Hello,
to do.
my name's Stone Hennen. I'm here for the
and
open house.
This time around, I didn't send pictures, but if you can visualize with me, I mentioned that I like drive through neighborhoods where I'm like, man, it'd be cool to live up here. I try and find like these spots in like the foothills and stuff, but there's an area off Hill Road, and there is a stretch of homes that are just kind of like built into the hillside. This is more like before Bogus Basin. So you're going up Hill Road, but you're between here and Bogus
I know
Basin.
what
So
you're
like
talking
between
about.
Collister and that. And basically you turn left at this
Yeah.
kind of like apartment complex at the base of a hill.
Yeah.
And then you kind
So
of wind
I had
your
two
way up.
friends that lived up there in high school.
Yeah, I love that area. It's a really just
You
a
got
beautiful
up there in
view.
the Jag?
So I actually took the Tacoma.
I was
for
going to
this
say, that
one.
incline is
I
incredible.
took
It's
the
insane.
Tacoma. I've driven it in the Jag though.
My friends had my buddy's parents had a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, traditional style layout, like 2-car garage.
Sure. Yeah.
Then you walked into the garage and there was like living room and kitchen, and then like staircase up and down, split level with 2 bedrooms and a bathroom upstairs and 2 bedrooms and a bathroom downstairs and a great room. And I remember that house very well.
It's just
they
the,
had a
the view
Ford
from there
Econoline.
is beautiful.
Yeah, they had a Ford Econoline, a Land Cruiser, and a Chevy Celebrity wagon.
Nice.
Dang.
So this house was built in 1966, aka right up my alley. But the thing was, the reason I think it was interesting was because from the outside it was so nondescript. It was literally, it was just like a box built into the side of the hill, and you're like, ugh. But then I took a look at the satellite view and I went, wait a second, I know this place. I know this place. Because I'd driven through there before, and Gabe will get excited by this. The house is one part of it, but I couldn't figure out why it cost as much as it did. I'm like, the house is cool in a mid-century kind of way, but from the outside, it doesn't look particularly appealing. It's got like one carport with a Baja Bug parked in it, and then it's got this box of a house with like some decks on the side, and it's very like older but nicely kept, and it kind of kept the style. It wasn't like renovated recently or anything, but the driveway goes over to where the house is, but it also continues back once you're down the hill, and on the other side of the property, there's a second building, and it's not just any old shop. It's actually kind of like a tree house with a glass door garage shop at the bottom. It's very interesting, and the reason it's appealing is because I remember driving by there the first time and seeing an FJ40 Cruiser parked in the glass door there and thinking, wow, that's really cool. And it had like an office bungalow type thing on top with a little staircase.
So you went and checked that out.
It was down there. Turns out it's part of that house.
Oh,
and I was just
wow.
like, oh, this is for sale now?
Nice.
So turns out the owner's a bit of a gearhead, likes things like old, cruiser bikes and FJ40 Land Cruisers and Baja Bugs and stuff.
Yeah,
so they had some interesting stuff laying around. And mostly I just was interested to see that, but I wanted to see that garage. Turns out that the house and stuff is just like, yeah, it's older, but it's nothing like really gets me excited about.
Do you go
that,
through
but the view is cool.
their like drawers and like their clothes, like their closets and stuff?
And wear anything?
No. I just walked around and checked out the space.
Sir, what are you doing in here? I was just trying on this shirt.
The real estate agent, she was very friendly. She
follow you around?
Showed me around, and I asked questions, like saying specifically I was looking at.
Were you the only one
homes.
in the building? In the house?
At the time, yeah.
Okay.
So it was like
She didn't
maybe
leave you
people
alone?
come by once in a while after me or before.
Did you introduce yourself as Stone or Dane?
I went by Dane.
Dang it.
I don't know. She seemed about it, but whatever. So it was.
You were in the right neighborhood with the right vehicle. Brand new Toyota Tacoma.
Well, see, the other one required the Jag. This one was more of a Tacoma.
I know.
kind of
I understand.
house.
That's what I'm saying. That you're in the
Strategic once again. But yeah, no, I looked at that, and then I also found some other houses that I drove around. I just enjoy getting to know places that I hadn't seen before. I discovered new mid-century neighborhoods in the foothills, like on the Mesa, the Table Rock Mesa, or Warm Springs Mesa.
Yeah.
I'd been up there before, but I hadn't been quite so far. So it was interesting. Lots of stuff to look at.
I used to live up there when I was a kid.
Yeah, and that was essentially that. And I realized, cut for time, I'll just cut that short, but it was interesting. Lots of mid-century stuff. So Sunday was Mother's Day. And we spent that, my family and I, my mother, my dad, my brother, we all hung out and we had some delicious barbecue from Big Daddy's Barbecue in Meridian. It was real good.
Delicious.
I picked it up from the
Brisket?
place. They're literally just across the street from my neighborhood, so it's real easy to pick it up. Not cheap at all, but really good. And my mom is a barbecue fiend; she loves it. So I thought that'd be a really nice way to
very
celebrate.
nice, good.
So between the brisket and jalapeno sausage and all kinds of other cool stuff, like it was just nice. And they had like garlic fries and stuff, like all the good fixins. But yeah, it was just really fun, low key, hanging out. What's that?
You didn't come in on a trash can lid?
No trash can lid, but it was the typical, plasty, whatever. But yeah, no, it was just nice, just really pleasant, low key, and we all hung out and watched a few shows and just kind of talked. I mean, it was just nice to catch up in a low key environment, hang out by the water, had a nice breeze. It was a beautiful day. So nice. Just really enjoyed it. Pleasant Mother's Day, made my mom happy. And that's what was important.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Good.
How about you, Anthony?
So my weekend, pretty chill. Well, kind of not really actually at all. Thursday night, my night sucked, right? Because we had that windstorm come in, right? Don't have my truck. Let my father-in-law borrow my truck because he's in town for the weekend to do some rental property
Did he fall in
stuff,
love with it?
Right?
Did he fall back in love with it?
Oh, he took one look at it.
It was his truck. It was his truck.
It was his truck,
Gave
right?
it to his daughter to drive. She basically destroyed it. You got it, revived it, brought it back
to life.
from the dead.
Even more life, yeah. And so I
Giving it a
basically
new lease on life.
he didn't get a rental car. Normally he gets a rental car. He's like, hey, is it cool if I use the truck? I said, yep. What am I supposed to say? You gave it to me. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't say
So-
no. That's not going to end.
So I'm
well.
like, yeah, of course you can take the truck, right? So he's been taking the truck, right? Thursday night, I was without my truck for the first time in like really crappy weather.
Yeah.
And I was like, I got to go to the grocery store. Drove the Civic. Got caught in one of those freak 60-mile-an-hour sandstorms,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
Where you're getting sandblasted.
Right.
There's a difference between wind and sandblasting.
Yeah, no, it's scary.
Got to a gas station. Went to go fill up with some gas. We're going to the grocery store, right? Gust of wind comes up, right? Signs are flying through the air. Trash cans are knocked over, right? I had a relatively clean car, and I'm thinking, oh my God, this is that
Past
time
tense.
where my car is going to get absolutely annihilated with
Right.
with what's going on here. Hat flies off. My rag company TRC snapback.
No.
Flies off. Don't even know where it went. Lost
Oh.
it, right? I'm like, F this, right? So I put my thing back on my car, my gas cap. I go to sit back in my car. Door is trying to pull a Tommy
Right.
boy with the
Yeah.
wind. Right?
That happened to me on the
So-
Elantra one day. I pulled up for gas, went to open the door, and the wind
Wind.
caught it and
Oh.
slammed it into the pole.
Yeah.
That's what that dent is on the side of
So
it.
I'm grabbing my door,
Yeah.
trying not to Tommy boy this. I slam it back in. I start the car, and at this point, I'm outrunning the elements, right?
Yeah.
I'm basically
Trying
like,
to
I
get
need to
home.
find shelter where I
Right.
can park somewhere away from the wind. I kept moving around, going through neighborhoods, cutting
Yeah.
in and out, right? I'm hearing sand hit
Serpentine.
the car.
Yeah.
Whack, 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 right? I
to find cover.
there was a shoe that was rolling
Oh.
in the wind.
Oh, my
right?
gosh.
The shoe
Go,
hits
go.
my side skirt. I'm like,
no.
oh no, right? So I keep going. I'm like, I gotta find a safe place for my not that I was ever really particularly worried about things like that in the Honda, but it was that point where I was like, it's that bad to where I'm actually would be worried with any car I would drive.
Imagine
Not
like
just-
my project car. You went to reach for that door handle and
Yeah.
just came off in your hand at the doorway.
Yeah, it wasn't just because I was in the Honda. I would have been worried with that
Yeah.
kind of weather in anything, right? Anyways, I finally make it home. I didn't even get to go anywhere.
Yeah.
I was a 5-minute drive, and there was a absolute massacre, right? I get home, I call Katie, I said, hey, and I did find several paint chips that happened from big rocks that flew through, but it was the sandblasting didn't do as much damage as I thought.
Any
Thank God.
tumbleweeds.
But I called Katie and I said, hey, I know you're at dinner right now with your dad, but, there's a massive storm right now. Be careful, coming home. She's like, okay. She's like, okay. She drives home. She's like, yeah, no, like literally not even a gust of wind out there. I said, what are you talking about? I'm like, it was crazy. Things were flying through
Yeah.
the wind. She's like, no. She's like, no, everything
Yeah, it
was
was fine.
totally.
The storm
I'm like,
already
you,
passed.
you can hear the ambulances right now. She's like, Anthony, literally, it didn't even rain where I was at. I looked at her car completely clean. And I said, are you freaking kidding me?
That's just you, crazy
Like
man.
she's like, yeah. She's like, did you even really lose your hat? I said, I did lose my hat. I had to go find my hat. I got back in her car, went back to the store, found my hat. Right,
good.
It flew behind a stinker station. And it was
Oh.
caught in a some type
I'm
of
amazed that you found it.
it was it was caught in a shrub. It is filthy. It is disgusting. But I
Oh,
found it.
well.
I was pretty happy. That was my night on Thursday night. Friday I came to work. Right, Friday night got home. I was just feeling pretty tired. It was just one of those nights where I didn't really have a whole lot going on. I was just like, I was supposed to help out Katie. Ended up not doing that. Just kind of hung out.
His alternator fell off. 112 degrees outside. Wow.
That was a true story. That sounds unrealistic.
Yeah.
But that that
happened
literally
for real.
happened.
Yeah.
No, and so anyways,
when I checked out the crawl space.
Oh,
no. Friday I didn't do anything. Saturday morning I woke up and I was like, I gotta wash. I didn't wash that Civic,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The first thing I did. So did a wash, basically rinsed everything off outside, then brought it into the garage for a rinseless wash. It was in okay shape. It wasn't that bad. Then Saturday I had to start getting the house ready for my sister-in-law's graduation party. Graduated from BSU with her bachelor's degree in biology.
Okay.
I'm not really sure what you can do with a bachelor's in biology degree. She wants to be an environmentalist with animals,
Okay.
something like that. I don't know what the heck, an animatologist, right?
That's
not a
very
word.
broad. There's a lot of jobs.
I'm not
Animatologist
I
is
know.
not a real word.
So there is, right? But there's nothing specific, right?
Okay.
And so she graduated, which was great. They had her graduation. We put it on the live TV. We
Congrats.
watched it.
Yeah.
So congrats, Devin. She's the one that had the truck.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyways, it worked
There
out.
was some biology experience.
There was
going on.
some biology happening in that truck when I was removing growths from it.
That was just responsible practice.
Yeah, it's part of our
anyway.
senior project.
So we were running errands all morning just to get ready for this little party, having family over, and just to watch it on the TV, and then do that. And so had Katie's cousins over. They get to play the racing sim for the first time,
nice.
right? And they're at Jimmy's age, younger, and 18,
so they were
19.
really enjoying it.
So they're really enjoying it. I'm trying to learn more lingo from them. I was dropping things like sheesh, and I was saying things like that, and that this stuff be bussin', right?
Yeah.
I was saying stuff like that.
Yeah.
They really enjoyed that.
Yeah, they
really liked it.
Yeah, wow, Anthony's
And
cool.
so they said that. But after that, went to dinner at Bella Kia.
Bella
right?
Kia. Fancy.
Got the cipino,
Yeah.
the Portuguese cipino.
Very nice.
Not great.
Okay.
It was okay.
Okay.
Serious lack of clams and mussels. I had 3 shrimps in there. 3 shrimps in a cipino.
It's uncalled for.
What the
Apparently.
heck is
I don't
that,
even
right?
know.
There's a joke in there somewhere.
Does
about
Cipinos
shrimp being
have
not
lots
very
of stuff
muscly.
like that?
Somewhere there's a joke.
What's that?
Is that a
Cipino's
cipino?
supposed to have lots of seafood.
Okay.
Lack of seafood.
Well, some would call it a seafood fantasia.
It was not a
If you will.
seafood fantasia.
Probably just based on prior experience, you've had some that properly
Anyways,
lived up to
I was
it, and
just
that did not.
disappointed in the amount of shellfish within that dish.
Because Bella Kia is quite a nice place.
It is a nice place, right? But
We've had wonderful dinners there.
I
Great
don't know.
time.
It just hit or miss for me, honestly. So after that, Sunday, Mother's Day, I went and visited my mom. Pretty much first thing in the morning, went and grabbed, got flowers. I got some cool, what they were. Check this out. They're what are those things called that you don't have to water?
Oh,
Succulents.
Succulents.
Yeah.
Succulents in like a glass jar thing,
Very nice.
right? That
Oh,
like,
yeah.
grow
Lovely.
inside the glass jar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
With
I have fake ones of those. Remember?
You know, you need fake, but you just get the real ones. They don't die.
Yeah.
And so got her one of those, got her some beautiful flowers as well, got her some nice cards, right? Dropped those off over at my mom and grandma's house, and they were, really happy. But then I had to go because we're doing a barbecue park graduation party
Okay,
now.
yeah.
So we went to the dinner, and now we have to have like a little party.
Yeah.
Well, Sunday was windy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Really freaking windy. But before that, I had to drive my truck. I got my truck back for a period of time.
How
right?
was that, by the way?
Well, I saw that once I got my truck back for those 2 hours. My father-in-law apparently thought it was a monster truck, right? He
You did truck things with it.
I'm looking at the sidewalls of these
Did you
tires.
take it to the dump?
And I'm like, how in the heck do you even get marks up on these tires this high? Like, what did you
Well, I
hit?
took it up in the foothills.
My
And
seat-
just-
Probably just went to like the bank and like drove it
I
against the
have
wall
no
or something.
idea. I have no idea. I love him, but I'm just like, what the heck? Have you not driven this is a man's truck, right? You know about this. So didn't work out. It was fine though. Drove it out to Nampa, pick up a couch.
Yeah.
Or not a couch, as a table technically.
Yeah, okay.
For a rental
How
property.
do you confuse
Okay,
those
yeah.
two things?
table.
Got the table and chairs, brought it back home, met everybody at this park. We got to the park for a barbecue. Things they forgot: a spatula, some type of metal tong. All we had was charcoal, lighter fluid, matches, meat, and a grill.
Okay,
So I
so-
was flipping the burgers with plastic forks.
hand.
Right?
Oh.
The plastic forks were melting off into the burgers.
How far
Oh,
away were you
no.
from a place that you could have bought a spatula?
We were over at that, off of Eagle Road, going up to Horseshoe Bend, Gerber Park. How do you know that?
Okay.
Oh, Nick was watching
Nick
from the
saw
bushes.
him.
He had his
Gerber Park.
binoculars on and was watching you
Nice.
cook
Is that
those
Gerber
burgers.
Park.
Nick had a spatula. You could have gone over
Yeah,
and
no,
asked
it
him.
drove by and
was-
you looked
He
at
keeps one in
It
his
was
car at all times.
seriously archaic. But anyway, we had a party, right? There's
Were there
5
sticks
people there.
around that you
There's
could have
5
used?
people,
Yeah.
including myself.
Oh.
I said, Katie, did we even need to have this party? She wouldn't have wanted to go to she had 2 options, right? Her dad said, hey, I'll give you 2 options. Do you want to go to the park and have a barbecue with some family? Or I'll take you all to Ruth's Chris.
You guys all could have gone to Roost Chris.
Instead, you got
She
melted
wanted to
pork
have a
burgers.
barbecue party.
That's all right. That's all right.
And I missed out on Ruth's Chris
That's
because
wholesome.
of that.
That's wholesome, but also
I'm not wholesome like that, Dane. I would throw any of you under the bus to have Bruce Chris. So
I'm
anyway,
saying her choice was wholesome.
I missed out on that.
Yeah, right.
And then we
Feel
just hung
sorry
out at
for
a
you.
park. We ate a bunch of chips and really crappy burgers. I cooked them. They sucked. They were bad, dude.
Well, you could have
the
started by
wind-
not melting
the
so much
wind was
fork in
blowing
it.
the charcoal up into the meat, right?
Oh.
And so it was just really
gritty?
flaky and gritty.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was sand in them. It was sick, dude. I hated them. I hated them. Like, those are the worst burgers I've ever had. So I said, forget this.
Pork burgers and milk.
Jeez, man, they were spork burgers.
It was a real steak and shake
Freaking
kind of scenario.
Sandy,
over
it
again.
sucked, right? Tasted like lighter fluid and chalk is what they tasted like.
I don't think
So
that's what
I'm
they're supposed
sorry.
to taste
now we
like.
left there, and after that point, I was just done. You know when you're just done from a weekend of being around other people?
Yeah.
Like, I love family, right? But there's a certain point where if I don't decompress or have my own time to myself,
Right.
You need a
for
relief
a period
valve
of time,
somewhere.
like I have to do it. So right when I got home, Katie's like, I'm gonna go take a bath. I'm like, that's fantastic. I'm gonna go sit in my office for 4 hours and not talk to anybody. And she's
Scream
like,
into a
she's
pillow.
like, that's
That's
fine.
something.
She's like, you can do that. I said, sweet. All right, I'm out. And so that's what I did. Fell asleep, had some weird dreams last night, woke up, and here I am. So
Very nice.
Wow.
Very
Glad
nice.
that worked out.
Such a weekend.
take it away,
What-
Dane.
What a weekend, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Gals, thank you so much for listening and watching. Everybody, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I'm asking you right now, please do so. It helps us out and it helps more people find the show. As well, the algorithm seems to be favoring clicking like right now, so also do that if you haven't already.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. And, of course, future people who find this will appreciate it too. So thank you, and we will catch you on Thursday for Q&A Thursday.
See
Till
ya.
then, see ya.